hopefully we're going to wind this thing up in this one. What I'm doing now is I'm getting my feathers ready to go on the head. So what I've done is I've overlapped them here, one on top of the other. I've shaved them down. You can see where I've shaved them. Get them as thin as I possibly can. And with some super glue, I got this down at Lowe's. It's not the best. The best super glue you can get is go to a hobby shop and you can get this super thin stuff, which is just fantastic. So, but anyway, we don't have a Hobby Lobby around here. Put me a couple drops in there, and then with this activator, just takes this little squirt, hold it a minute, I'll put a little bit more in there. That ought to set it up. Yep. And then I'm going to get me a, set that over a second, get me a nail. Okay, now I've got me a 4-penny galvanized nail. I like to use galvanized nails because they're rougher than regular, what are they called, common nails. So what I'm going to do, I've carved me a little platform here, flattened it on the back of the head, and this is where this is going to go. Still got a little hump in it. You get down to this stage, it takes a lot of manipulating to get things to fit the way you want them. There we go. Figuring out, see, I've got a hole drilled in the back of this Indian's head that this nail will go into. So I need to figure out where exactly to drill that hole, which is pencil. Right. Right there. Let's hope. So my drill. I'm going to kind of dish this out right here so that nail head will stay down below the surface like that. Set that in there. Set that in there. Looks pretty good. Okay, so let me look at that one more time. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is put some super glue in here. Hold that in there. And that stuff sets off the super glue just immediately. some down there. There we go. And that part's done. As you can see, I've gone and painted my quills, and I've painted the end of the quill with paint called Mudstone. And while I've got it here, I'm going to go over and I'm going to touch this up right here where I shaved it off, okay? And I'll be back here in just a second. Okay, remember the modeling paste we used to texture our feathers? Let me turn the light on here. There we go. Well, this is the same stuff. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create a little decoration here at where all these feathers join. And in doing this, this will also lock these feathers together just that much more. And at the same time disguise what we did. There went my shaving, and there's a little piece of stuff that needs to come off of there. Put this on pretty heavy, I always do, because I want a textured look to it. Now this will dry solid. It won't look like this. Big old glob of it there. And with the toothpick, just take my toothpick, go around it and bust up these smooth surfaces. This is a fluff that's usually at the end of a feather that they add to basically do the same thing that I'm doing. Hide some of their methods that they keep these feathers together, and at the same time make it look real snazzy, which is what it'll look like when it's done. Like that. And then I'll just let this dry overnight, and I'll come back and paint this a different color, probably red or maybe even blue or yellow, something like that. And again, to save this, just give it a couple of squirts of water and put it away. Then it'll be ready for the next time. All right? So we'll just set that there. That's done. Okay, for the teeth. I've been laying them out here. None of these are glued on. There's just place there. Let me see what's exactly happening here. I've gone ahead and I've painted the feathers, painted the claws with raw sienna. Is that what it is? Let me go check the paint color. I don't want to get it wrong. It's raw sienna. All right, just an undercoat, because once I glue it, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue these feathers down, or claws down, and I will sort of repaint them once they're all in place and solid on the piece, and then they'll look real good. Now, a good friend of mine gave me some claws here. These aren't real claws. We don't have big bears here in Oklahoma. Although they're starting to encroach into our area. They had one a couple years ago that was just about maybe 10, 15 miles up the road from us. And years ago, a long time ago, Judy and I were back here in this area on home leave, and I was driving in to my parents' place, who live up here about 5 miles from where we live, and a cougar jumped across the road, which was really unusual. We don't have that type of cat. Well, I mean, we do, but you don't ever see them. But anyway, these are plastic, but those they look like they're real until you pick them up. But anyway, this is the piece. This is the one that I was going to go after. Now, the colors don't actually match, but they're going to be pretty close by the time I get through with them. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just individually, all my teeth are numbered. Teeth, now I'm talking about teeth. All my claws are numbered for their position, and the spot has been ground out to where they'll fit in there. So I'm going to put it in there, just like that. And I'm going to give it a squirt. Just like that. And then I'll go to the next one and give it a squirt. And I'll go to the next one when I'll watch my spacing. Go to the next one. That one's already locked in. Wait just a minute, because I don't want them to fall off as I'm doing this. Now, I've done bear claw necklaces before to where I've run a wire down through the necklaces, or the claws. I'll get it right here one of these days. To fill in these areas. On this one, I'm not going to do that. So this one's in place, so I'm going to glue him. This one's in place, so I'm going to glue him. Oh, darn. It's back in there. Give this another drop of glue. That stuff just locks everything together just immediately. Okay, now this one I've shaved down. That's number 1. That goes about there. This one, I've shaved this one down too. That one goes right in there. Get in there. You ever glued your fingers together? I have so many times that I've literally had to cut the stuff off. Not very fun. Yeah, locked it in place. Go hold it there a little bit. We've got 1 or 2 more over here. Last one on this side. like I said, I'm going to be going back and doing lots of touch-up on these. Last one. And whoever buys this, these feathers, these claws, I think Santa Claus, that's what I'm doing. Think about Santa Claus. Thumbtack. Now I'm going to go get my feathers. Hey, I said it right. Carefully put this in there. And let me go get something here. Excuse me. Got to find the right position for him with this base, which I think's about right there. So what do you think? Well, I think he's pretty smashing myself. Got a little shadow on top of him. Hang on here. There, what does that look? That brighten up the colors? I think he turned out pretty good. But like I say, I'll be doing some touch-up work on those claws and a little bit on the feathers too, and then going over it real closely to make sure I've got all the holidays and any other flaws that happen to show up. So that's going to do it for this one. I'll post it on my blog, the pictures of him on the blog here once I can glue everything together, which will probably be tomorrow. And you'll see some. Well, thanks for coming along with us as we made this. Well, you didn't see the making of him, but you saw the painting of him. So until we come up with another project and I can look at it right now and see it, I'll show you here, hopefully. This is a Mexican Bandit. Now everybody thinks that a Mexican Bandit has cartridge belts crisscrossing his chest. I saw this one and I said, wow, that looks really slick. What I really liked was his hat, because it was a dark color, and I haven't done a dark colored hat. So I'm going to do a black hat. Just a black color will make him look even that much more wicked than he does right there. But he's got a nice action rifle there. He's got a knife right there. He's got his gun right there. He's wearing he's wearing a wool sweater, and underneath it almost looks like his long johns, but long johns wouldn't have a collar. Neat looking boots. Look like, I think they call these, well no, they don't call them that. I forget what they call those things. What do they call those things? I can't think of the word. Anyway, I don't know what kind of thing he's got on his feet here, but it's strange looking. Anyway, I think this would really make a nice carving. Sort of a different kind of Mexican Bandit that you wouldn't normally see. And he'll look pretty sinister, I think, when we get him done. I don't see any other details on there. What? Yeah, there's some bullets. You can just barely see the bullets hanging in back there. We'll see. He'll look slick when he's put together. It looks like his spats, is that what they call them? Spats, sort of? Spats just went over the top of the shoe. I don't know what you call these. But anyway, looks like it has a zipper on it. A lot of detail there, a lot of neat detail. I like detail. Okay, so until then, I'll talk to you later. Well, Judy and I were sitting here wondering what that was. I thought they were spats, so I looked up spats and then found a picture of gators. So that's what was on that Bandit. So that's what those are. Some pretty fancy ones too here. I don't know if we'll make them that fancy, but wow, those are slick. Don't want to get too carried away. I like that one. Those look pretty nice. They go down underneath the boot. No, they don't have a zipper. They have buckles. I don't know if I want to go through that much detail, but we could kind of do something. Oh, there's one thing I forgot on this Indian. Excuse me. Glad we came back. I don't know if these will go in there too easy. I might have to drill them all out. But these are my decorations that's going to go into the around that, and that will really set off a figure. I'm thinking of just leaving them this color. All they are is flat-headed tacks. As you can see, they're kind of flat. They're not really domed. And I've buffed the finish off of them. I get these from Prairie Edge up in Rapid City, South Dakota. It's an beautiful Indian store with beautiful things. I've talked about it before. But they have a craft section, and you can order these things from them. They're kind of hard to find around here, so I'll have to add those in. Anyway, you'll see that also once we get everything together and all these touch-ups for his teeth on. Okay? So thanks for the PS here, and like I said, we'll talk to you later.